Here we go, friends. December 2020 is here. Can you believe it? If you are feeling like it's been a little bit of a marathon this year, if you're like coming into December like, whew, like, thank God we made it. I'm here to tell you that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Coming into 2020, every astrologer was kind of bracing themselves, thinking like, whoa, this is going to be a year for the history books, as we all know. It certainly was, and we are coming into the last month of the year, but it is so much more than that, my friends. Like, this is truly the beginning of a brand new age, the beginning of a brand new chapter, a brand new book, not even just a chapter. This is like the beginning of a brand new book in the story of your life. December is all about turning the page, putting that book on the shelf, and starting to write a whole new story about where your life is going to go over the next decade plus 12, 13 years. I'm going to tell you all about that and why this month of all the months of 2020 is so big in terms of turning the corner, turning the page in your life. First of all, I want to just say one quick thing, and that is when I share this astrology stuff on a daily basis, if you feel it, if this is resonating with you, you, my friend, are probably an empath. And I went through most of my life not realizing I was an empath, not realizing how much the planets were affecting me, how much other people's energy was affecting me, not realizing how much I was stuck in my own looping thoughts of anxiety and stress and what will they think and how will they feel and how can I fix this, and thinking that I had to be everything to everyone, the people pleasing, the overachieving, the constantly never feeling like I was enough. If you feel that, and if you feel all this planet stuff that I talk about, all this astrology stuff, you are probably an empath, and I've just launched something amazing that is just for you. It's all about bringing empaths together to create a community to help you, my dear friend, step into your purpose with confidence and love yourself to the core, and that is what we're doing together. We've already kicked off, but don't worry. Everything happens in divine timing. This is just kind of the fun party before the real party starts, before the real show starts, which is going to kick off on January 3rd. So if you are interested in this, send me a DM or go to the link in my bio. It's the Empowered Empath Collective. And you can also learn much more about it. I did a special launch video not long ago that I shared as well. So with all that in mind, let's talk about this magnificent, magical month that is December of 2020, y'all. I am telling you, you are going to get to the end of this month and you're going to be like, wow, like something big shifted. So let's kind of take it back from the beginning. First of all, I want to kind of set this theme. I want to share something with you that I've been thinking about a lot during the course of 2020. And it was something that I had a lot of resistance to. But I think as we come into this month and as we come into 2021, I want you to think about this. Raise your standard and the universe will meet you there. Raise your standard and the universe will meet you there. We are coming into, my friends, the Age of Aquarius. The Age of Aquarius is going to be so much about the power of our thoughts and what we are actually manifesting in our reality, moving into a lot of air energy, right? Air is about our thoughts. Air is about the people that we surround ourselves with and what we focus on. So we're coming out of a lot of earth energy, which was much more physical, much more our actual like tangible environment and what we could create, you know, in the physical. This is much more about what you are creating and what you are manifesting with your thought. So if you want to, in this next cycle that is going to be beginning here in December, and we're going to be so incredibly supported by the universe, your thoughts, who you surround yourself with, what you focus on is going to be so important. So if you set the bar here, right? If you set the bar for your life and your standard for yourself and your life here, that's exactly what you're going to manifest, my friend. If you are focusing your thoughts on bullshit, on, low level things, on consuming yourself with fear, anxiety, worry, self-doubt, that is exactly what you are going to manifest. And you're going to see that at an elevated pace starting here in December, about mid-month. If you want to manifest, create a life that you love, create a life that you, this amazing soul that came into this human body to have a fantastic, amazing experience, if you want to manifest what you are truly worthy of, you've got to set the bar here. You've got to raise your standard for what you expect out of yourself and what you want out of life. And we don't have to feel guilty for that, friends. We signed up to have this human experience for everything that it is, the ups and the downs, the years like 2020, but also the amazing phase, the amazing new story that we're about to step into. So raise your standard and the universe will meet you there. This is so important as we move into December. And my friends, as we go into 2021, here's the bottom line. We've got to leave it all. We've got to leave the stories. We've got to leave the pain. We've got to leave the hurt. We've got to leave the bullshit stuff, right? In 2020. We've got to leave it behind, and we've got to go into, again, starting toward the middle and end of this month, we've got to turn that quarter, and we've got to say, I'm going to keep the lessons. I'm going to keep the lessons. I'm going to keep the gifts. I'm going to keep the person that I became, and I'm going to leave the rest back in that old chapter. And I'm going to turn the page and turn the corner. I'm going to raise my standard, and the universe, I believe, will meet me there if I keep my thoughts in the right place, my emotions high, and my focus in the right place. So all that being said, let's back it up. So coming into this month, so starting today, December 1st, 2020, we are just coming out of a lunar eclipse in the sign of Gemini. I've actually been a little bit under the weather, so I didn't get to talk to you guys as much about this as I wanted to. But this lunar eclipse in Gemini, once again, is in an air sign. Again, about the mind, about our communication. And Gemini is the sign of the twins, okay? And so the way that I've been experiencing, and I've seen this show up for a lot of my clients, is that we are at this fork in the road, okay? Here's another quote for you. What's wrong will always be available to you. So is what's right. So is what's right. This is what I shared in the Magic Monday Facebook Live event that we had for the collective yesterday. So again, you don't want to miss these because I'm not always going to give you the tidbits that I give the group, but I'm going to share this one with you. And that is, once again, what's wrong will always be available to you. So is what's right. So this lunar eclipse is about letting go of that way of thinking, your old way of doing things, your old way of seeing the world. It's the day-to-day stuff, right? The day-to-day kind of like the way you learned things at one point in time. It's about letting go of the negative way of seeing the world. It's about stepping into making that choice. Once again, taking that path that maybe is the road less traveled in the world as we know it right now, because let's be honest, there's a lot of negativity and a lot of focusing on the bad out there. But this lunar eclipse for you is about stepping into a new energy, about letting go of that way of seeing the world and choosing the path that is focused on optimism and positivity and possibility and seeing a bright future that is about to unfold in front of you. So when I talk about leaving 2020, leaving the old cycle in the past, leaving the pain, leaving the guilt, leaving all the bullshit, this lunar eclipse, because lunar eclipses and eclipses in general, they take a little bit longer than just like the normal 2-week cycle of a normal full moon to unfold. So over the course of the next month, the next 6 months until the next eclipse cycle, we're going to see this unfold. So don't get all stressed out and think like, oh my God, I didn't figure out what I need to leave behind. The universe will show you. The universe will show you exactly the lesson, exactly what's meant for you, exactly what to leave behind if you open your heart and your mind and your soul to receiving those lessons. Okay, so coming into today, once again, we're still feeling this eclipse energy. If you were feeling a little bit, I know for me, I was feeling very all over the place. My mind just felt kind of like a little bit frazzled, a little bit unclear, a little murky. That's just the energy of this eclipse. It's kind of like shaking things up. Right? It's getting us ready for change. It's getting us ready for the shift. It's opening us up so that we can start to clear out the mental stuff that we don't need anymore. And then create the space for the next thing I want to talk to you guys about, which is on December 14th, which is another eclipse. So if you're not familiar with how eclipses work, they come in seasons, right? Typically they come in a pair. One that is correlated with like the full moon, which is the full moon on steroids, kind of like what we experienced Sunday night into yesterday. And then we have the new moon eclipse or the solar eclipse, which is the new moon on steroids, which is about setting new intentions, planting new seeds. So this is like the warm-up act, this eclipse that's going to be happening on December 14th for the big energy that's going to be happening a few days later, which I'm going to talk to you in a minute. This one is going to be happening in the sign of Sagittarius. It's going to be happening with the South Node. It's also going to be happening with a very, very powerful energy happening between Mercury and the Sun and Mars. So you're going to know, right? Like this eclipse is certainly going to push us forward, propel us into action. And I think it's going to open up a real clear like vision. Like I need to do this. And also helping us set and standardize these new beliefs, right? So Gemini is much more kind of like the mind and the communication and sort of like, I don't want to call it the lower mind, but like the more like simple day-to-day things, right? The way we see the world. This Sagittarius eclipse that's going to be solar eclipse is going to be about setting a new standard for the beliefs that we have about what is possible for us and in our lives. Even religion and spirituality can come into play, but essentially this will be planting new seeds about the philosophy of life as you know it. This could even be related to like what you believe you're here for, your purpose, what you believe the purpose of life is. Like when we start this new chapter that I'm going to be sharing about in like 1 minute, like that's what it's going to be about, is a new philosophy on how you see yourself and how you see the world. And we're going to start to see that reveal itself to us over the course of this month of December. How exciting is that? Give me like a heart or drop a comment if you watch this later. If you are getting excited because I don't want to say you should be. I don't like to show it on people, but I'm telling you, y'all, we are going to feel this. We are going to feel this big time. Okay, so then December 17th, this is when we really start to see the big shift occur. So on December 17th is when we have the planet of Saturn. Saturn can give us the hard lessons sometimes, but Saturn, if we learn and we rise up and we're willing to work hard and we're willing to set long-term goals and we're willing to continue this, like the slow, steady climb up the mountain, Saturn always pays. Saturn pays. Saturn is our friend. Saturn is an amazing teacher in our lives. Maybe you've heard people talk about the Saturn return, which many of us go through like around age 30-ish, give or take a couple of years. And Saturn is stepping into a more mature reality. But here's the really cool thing about what Saturn is going to be doing in December. Saturn is moving into Aquarius, where he's going to be hanging out for the next couple of years. You've maybe heard about this whole like Age of Aquarius thing, right? Here's where we start to feel this. Now, Saturn dipped into Aquarius earlier this year, back in March through July, and we start to see it happen, right? Like there was a lot of talk about creating this new world and more equality, and technology was really taking off as we were all in quarantine. Like these are all very Aquarian type things. And so Aquarius is often associated with this like view of this utopian world. So what does that mean to you as Saturn, the great teacher, as Saturn, this supporter of our long-term goals and visions and dreams and what we want to create and build and legacy and all of these things, as he moves into this whole new world that's all about innovation, that is all about a new way of viewing the world. It's all about, the change that you want to see in the world and being that change, and socially, like who we surround ourselves with. What is that new world that you want to create? And we are going to be asked to step into some things that feel uncomfortable. We're going to be asked to step into some things that are new ways of doing things. If we, think that things are ever going to go back to the way they were, like pre-COVID, right? Like it's probably not happening, especially not with this whole Aquarian, momentum coming. Like it's going to be different. Are you going to be the type of person that's going to try to like carry around all this like past stuff with you? Are you going to be the type of person that is willing to step in and be like, yes, like give me the new world, like give me this new vision, like I'm ready to be a creator, I'm ready to manifest, I am ready to innovate, I am ready to this is my favorite part of Aquarian energy. I'm an Aquarius, by the way, so I'm partial to Aquarian energy, but my favorite thing about Aquarius is that it is authentic. It is not afraid to like be the weird one, own your weird, I like to say. That's what this time is going to be about. The more you can step into your authentic self and who you really are, the more the universe, the more Saturn, our great teacher, will be rewarding us. Okay, it gets better, y'all. That's only the beginning. So that's around December 17th. On December 21st, which happens to be the winter solstice. By the way, I'm going to be throwing a badass party for anybody who's in the collective. We're going to be having a winter solstice party. We're going to be setting intentions. We're going to be celebrating together. We're going to be toasting. And it is only a preview for what's to come in 2021 because we're going to do that every single month in the collective. So you want to get in now so that you can be part of the big winter solstice party. Anyway, it is a huge, huge, huge day. Here's why. It's not just the winter solstice, which is not only the darkest day of the year, right? But the winter solstice is actually the return of the light. It is the return of the light. So think about the beauty in that, right? Like it's been a year of a lot of dark. It's been a year of a lot of challenge. So we are going to start seeing that shift on this winter solstice of the return of the light. The days are going to start, instead of getting longer, they're going to start getting, instead of getting shorter, right? More dark. We're going to start to see more light. But here's the best part. Talk to you about Saturn moving into Aquarius. On this day, not only is Saturn in Aquarius now, but we've got, what's even better, the great benefic, the most beneficial, most optimistic, most expansive, most positive, the planet of blessings, Jupiter. Jupiter is meeting Saturn in the sky, in Aquarius at the very beginning. They're making this amazing conjunction that only happens once every 12 or 13 years. So it's been since like December 11th, 2007. Think of everything that's shifted in your life since that time. That is the type of new cycle that we are now beginning. And again, it's happening in Aquarius. Your thoughts are going to be so very important. Your mindset, this view of being the change, of creating the change, of seeing the change that you want to create in the world and being that change, truly stepping into that, truly stepping into your authentic self and doing your like little, drop in the pond of making this world a better place. That's what this energy is going to be about. And for those who are willing to step in, for those who are willing to say, yes, this is my vision. Yes, I'm willing to put in the hard work. Yes, long term, like this is what I'm aiming for. Those will be the people who are willing to step into that, who are willing to claim that. You don't have to have it figured out right now, but you've got to be willing to step in. You've got to be willing to take that risk. You've got to be willing to dream and innovate and be real with who you are and what you want. Those people will be rewarded. This is a very, very supportive energy as we have Saturn, which is, realistic and, and about success, and Saturn wants the best for us. He wants us to aim for the best, and we've got that. And we've got Jupiter, the great benefic, the planet of optimism and expansion. And, basically Jupiter takes anything that's like along with it and it magnifies it, right? So I'm not going to lie to you and say there's not going to be some hard work involved in creating these dreams. But for those who are willing to step into that hard work, those who are willing to accept the role of being a creator, a conscious creator in their life, good things will come. It won't happen overnight, but over the course of these next, decade or whatever, that's what I mean, right? Like, raise your standard and the universe will meet you there. If you set a tiny little goal, a tiny little vision, that's probably what you're going to get. But if you, around this time of December 21st, start to create and allow it to expand, allow it to evolve, allow it to show itself to you over time. But if you're willing to dream and set the bar high and raise that standard, and you're willing to put in the work to get there, holy F, people. Like, I cannot wait to see, like, the rocket ship that you're about to get on and where you're going to end up in 12 or 13 years from now when Jupiter and Saturn come together again. Like, this is so exciting. Can you tell? I'm excited. Okay. So that, my friends, is a big, big, big day. December 21st. Once again, I really hope that there are some of you empaths out there, some of you who feel these vibrations of the universe, who want to step more into the flow, more into your power, more into your confidence in 2021 and beyond. I hope that you will join us for the Empowered Empath Collective. If not, I'll be here to guide you to talk more about this energy. But I'm saying, like, now is the time to clear out the shit, right? So we can start to create and step into this big vision that the universe will be supporting us in creating. Man, December is so exciting, you guys. So exciting. Okay, so then let's talk about the last couple of days of the month. So the 29th and 30th. So on the 29th, we've actually got our last full moon of the year. It's not an eclipse, it's a regular full moon, but it's going to be in the sign of Cancer. So that's going to be happening. Meanwhile, we're going to have Venus, the planet of love and healing, and another benefic or beneficial planet on the south node. So if there was a last call, right? If there was a last call, like a last station, like leave, like check your shit at the door, like, you know, everybody aboard the awesome train to 2021, like that's what those last couple of days of the year are going to be about. It's going to be that last call to like check the shit, right? Check the bullshit stories and be like, all right, whatever you want to take into this like new phase, this new year, like, you know, get ready, like pack it up and let's go. Like, who's with me? All right. So Venus is going to be supporting us. We're going to have a full moon helping us clear that slate and really step into a new year feeling so much lighter. And I think this is really going to be what I would say a healing of the heart. This deep healing of the heart and preparing ourselves for the new year that's going to be 2021. We're already going to be feeling lighter. We're already going to be feeling lighter once we start to feel this energy begin to shift into Aquarius mid-month, and that solar eclipse is going to be huge, 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 huge. Maybe you're already like, I already feel after this last eclipse so much lighter. But I'm telling you, as the month goes, you're just going to feel like you're just like shedding. You're just like, boop, boop, boop. Like, I don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Like, let's go 2021. Here I come. And that, my friends, is the December that we have in store for us. I cannot wait to share this with you, to go on this journey with you. And if what I shared about the Empowered Empath Collective resonated with you, I would love to have you as part of the group. So let me know in the comments when you watch this later, what resonated with you, what questions do you have? If you are excited, we want to hear all about it. And I really hope to see you in that winter solstice Jupiter Saturn conjunction party that we're having on December 21st. That will be just for the collective members. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. You are magic, and the magic in me honors the magic in you. Have a great last month of the year. Enjoy.